Hi, I'm Freya, and helping kids walk their first steps isn't just my job, it's my calling. 5 years ago, I opened Tiny Steps Pediatric Physical Therapy Clinic, right around the time I married the man I thought was my forever, James. You're doing amazing, Tommy! Just one more step! I cheered as my little patient conquered his fear. The smile on his mom's face made my day, just like every success story at my clinic. Freya, your 3 o'clock canceled, but Sarah from next door called again. Third time this week. Diana poked her head into the therapy room. My best friend didn't bother hiding her eye roll. What's her excuse this time? Something about borrowing your food processor for tonight's dinner party. You know, the one she's been planning for weeks? I couldn't help but sigh. Ever since Sarah and Mike moved in 6 months ago, our quiet cul-de-sac turned into a constant stream of dinner parties and impromptu gatherings. Hey sis, got a minute? My brother Alex dropped by unexpectedly, his laptop under his arm. Those security cameras you wanted for the clinic. I've got some recommendations. Can it wait? James and I are hosting Sarah and Mike tonight. Again? Didn't you just have them over last weekend? Sarah insists it's important for neighbors to be close. Later that evening, I was setting up the dining room when my phone buzzed. A text from Diana. Girl, check your husband's phone when you get a chance. Something's not right. The doorbell rang before I could reply. Sarah breezed in, wearing a dress that belonged more at a club than a neighborhood dinner. James isn't home yet? She glanced around, disappointment obvious in her voice. Running late at work. Should be here soon. Oh, I'll just wait then. Mike's stuck in traffic too. My phone buzzed again. Alex this time. That security system we talked about? Might want to consider one for your house too, just saying. Who keeps texting you? Sarah tried to peek at my screen. Just work stuff. Tommy's mom sending progress videos. The front door opened and James walked in. Sorry I'm late. Traffic was... James, thank God you're here. Sarah practically bounced over. I need your opinion on the wine I brought. I watched as she touched his arm, lingering longer than necessary. My phone buzzed once more. Diana, trust your gut, girl. Something's definitely up with those two. The sound of Mike's car pulling up interrupted my thoughts. Another dinner party was about to begin, but something felt different this time. Maybe it was the way Sarah's hand stayed on James's arm, or how he didn't quite meet my eyes, or the warnings from both Diana and Alex. Whatever it was, my perfect life was starting to show cracks. Look who just got two more little warriors walking on their own. I was sharing the good news in our monthly neighborhood gathering when Sarah cut in. That's nice, sweetie. But James, tell everyone about that big project keeping you at work so late. Diana squeezed my hand under the table. 2 weeks had passed since that first uncomfortable dinner, and James's late nights had become suspiciously frequent. Oh, just boring business stuff. Hey, who needs a drink refill? I'll help. Sarah jumped up, following my husband to the kitchen. Isn't Mike coming back from his business trip today? I asked, loud enough for the kitchen to hear. Flight got delayed again. Third time this month, Sarah called back, giggling at something I couldn't see. Later that night, Diana showed me her phone. I've been keeping track. Look at this calendar. James worked late every night Mike was out of town. And Sarah just happens to need something from us every single one of those nights. Remember when she borrowed your vacuum at 9 p.m. last week? My brother Alex installed the security cameras the next day. Check this app. You'll get notifications whenever someone approaches your house. That afternoon, my phone buzzed. Sarah was at my door, but James had told me he was stuck at the office. Is James home? He borrowed Mike's golf clubs, and my husband needs them for tomorrow's game. He's working late. Oh, that's weird. I could have sworn I saw his car at Starbucks just now. The next notification came at midnight. James wasn't being subtle anymore. Your cameras caught something interesting, Alex texted. Sarah leaving your house at 2 a.m. last Tuesday when you were at that conference. Diana helped me document everything. Times, dates, suspicious texts. The neighborhood started noticing too. Haven't seen Mike around much, our elderly neighbor mentioned during our weekly book club. He's just so busy with work, Sarah snapped, then quickly changed the subject. The final piece fell into place when James left his tablet unlocked. Messages popped up. Miss you already. Can't wait for next time. Mike's leaving town again next week. We need to be more careful. Freya's brother keeps asking questions. My phone lit up with a text from Diana. Got everything documented. Time to make our move? Another message from Sarah appeared on James's tablet. Delete these after reading. Freya's getting suspicious. I took screenshots of everything, my hands shaking. Alex, remember that plan we talked about? It's time. The security camera pinged again. Sarah was approaching our front door, probably with another flimsy excuse. But this time, I was ready. Everything ready? Diana checked the security feed as guests filled my backyard for our monthly neighborhood barbecue. Camera notifications just pinged. James and Sarah both left the party within 5 minutes of each other. Alex showed me his phone. Where's Mike? I scanned the crowd of neighbors mingling around the pool. Just landed. He's pulling up now. Perfect timing. I watched the security app on my phone, showing live feed of Sarah's house next door. 2 figures slipped inside through her back door. Party's in full swing and they still can't help themselves. Diana shook her head. Mike walked into my backyard, still in his business suit. Flight got in early. Thought I'd surprise everyone. Oh, you're about to. I nodded to Alex, who pulled up the live security feed on our outdoor TV screen. Where's Sarah? Someone from the party asked. And wasn't James just here? Let's all go find out. I led the crowd of curious neighbors toward Sarah's house, Mike right beside me, his face stone cold. The front door was unlocked. Upstairs, we could hear music playing from the master bedroom. Should we knock? A neighbor whispered. In my own house? Don't think so. Mike's voice carried up the stairs as he pushed the door open. Sarah and James scrambled to cover themselves, their clothes scattered across the floor. Mike, you're early! Sarah clutched a sheet to her chest. Freya, this isn't... James stopped mid-sentence, finally noticing our entire neighborhood standing in the doorway. Not what it looks like? I laughed. Because it looks like my husband is sleeping with my neighbor. We have 6 months of security footage showing exactly what it looks like, Alex added, his laptop displaying timestamps of their previous meetings. Everyone makes mistakes, Sarah pleaded, looking at the shocked faces of our neighbors. A mistake is once. This? Diana held up a stack of printed text messages. This is a calculated affair. How long has this been happening at our house parties? A neighbor demanded. While we were all next door eating your barbecue and thinking you were checking on dessert? Another chimed in. Freya, please. James reached for his pants. We can work this out. Save it. Mike, I believe your lawyer would be interested in these videos. And James, your law firm might have some questions about client confidentiality and moral clauses. The crowd's phones were out, recording everything. Tomorrow, our quiet suburban street would be anything but quiet. Sarah tried one last time. Can we talk about this privately? Like how you've been privately meeting my husband during every neighborhood gathering? No, I think we're done with secrets. The next BBQ would definitely need a new host. 3 weeks after the BBQ incident, I sat in my lawyer's office reviewing the divorce proceedings. Mike was already 2 steps ahead. Sarah tried to claim half the house, Mike smirked, joining me for coffee after our separate meetings. Turns out having an affair in it doesn't give her property rights. Her reputation's shot. Did you hear what happened at the country club? They revoked her membership. Same day your video evidence hit the divorce courts. Diana rushed in, waving her phone. You won't believe what just happened at the clinic. Remember that board member whose kid you helped last month? Mrs. Anderson. She just pulled all her company's accounts from James's firm. Said she doesn't trust lawyers who can't keep their wedding vows. My phone buzzed. Another text from James. Please, can we talk? I made a mistake. I miss you. Delete. Diana grabbed my phone. Like you've been doing for the past 3 weeks. Sarah's house is up for sale. Alex joined us, sliding into the booth. Mike's lawyer made sure she can't claim any ownership. Good. I was tired of seeing that happy couple facade next door. Speaking of facades, James got passed over for partner. Apparently, sleeping with clients' wives isn't great for business. The cafe door chimed. Sarah walked in, freezing when she saw us. Well, if it isn't the neighborhood homewrecker? Diana didn't bother lowering her voice. I just came to say, save your apology. Mike cut her off. The judge wasn't interested, and neither are we. My life is ruined because of you people. Pretty sure you did that yourself. I took a calm sip of coffee. In my neighbor's bed, during my BBQ. James and I really loved each other. That's why he's begging his wife to take him back? Alex showed her his phone. More desperate texts from James. He's just confused. Like you were confused about your marriage vows? Mike stood up. Our divorce is final next week. Don't forget to sign the house papers. The cafe had gone silent, everyone watching. Sarah fled, mascara running. Your clinic's waitlist is growing. Diana changed the subject. Turns out, karma's good for business. The neighborhood moms group voted, Alex added. They're moving their monthly meetings to your place. My phone buzzed again. James. I'm keeping the house, I declared, declining his call. He can keep his guilt and his girlfriend. Ex-girlfriend, Mike corrected. She's moving cross-country. Something about needing a fresh start. Fresh start from what? The mess she created? You know what they say. Diana raised her coffee cup. Karma's only a witch if you are. We clinked our cups, celebrating the end of one chapter and the strength of real friendship. Outside, a sold sign appeared on Sarah's house. The new neighbors couldn't possibly be worse. What would you do if you caught your spouse and best friend betraying you? Would you expose them publicly like Freya did, or handle it privately? Share your thoughts in the comments. Remember, betrayal often comes from the people closest to us. Do you think Freya's public exposure at the BBQ was justified, or did she go too far? Would you have given them a chance to explain? I'd love to hear your own stories and experiences with betrayal and how you handled it. Drop a like if you enjoyed Freya's revenge story and subscribe for more compelling real-life drama. Hit that notification bell to never miss our next story of justice served.